and even Muslim Americans. When people saw what happened on October 7th, for some people this was the first time that they had ever engaged with the issue in Palestine. But for many of us, we have been engaging with this. We've been watching our dads glued to Al Jazeera from the time that we were very young. And we have been watching Palestinian children be killed and maimed by the Israeli occupation since we were very young.
That ain't right.
It's a huge issue for us. Even people who consider themselves liberals to say, well, they're not justified in fighting for their resistance. And it is exhausting to have to be told that what you are seeing in front of your eyes, the babies you are seeing being killed, the people you are seeing being occupied, and who do not have freedom of movement, who do not have access to water and their land resources, that this is not real. And we are tired of being told that it's not real. We've seen hundreds of thousands of people across the United States speaking up and rallying for our cause, and you all are included in that. And so we really, really appreciate that. I've been especially encouraged by the number of anti-Zionist Jewish friends and comrades that I have who are speaking up and saying this violence will not be carried out in our name. This violence does not represent us. There was even one of the brothers of one of the people who was killed on October 7th, one of the Israelis who was killed, and he came out and said, my brother would not want us to be carrying out genocide against the Palestinians in his name.
We have a message from Palestine. We want the whole world to know that we are Palestinians. We want the world to know that what they described us to you 2 days ago. We are not a human animals. We are a human. We are a human. And we deserve a little bit justice.
We must not elect people who send more weapons and more funding to Israel. Will be ended because I see how much it's changed so far.
We want to go back. We want our land. We want freedom. We want justice. We want our holy land. If you are a parent, just think about this for a second. They write the names of their kids on their hands. So when they find them after they die, they know who they are. Parents are gathering their kids in one room in a house, hoping that they will all die together. They cannot identify the bodies of people who passed away. In hospitals, they're bombing them. In schools, they're bombing them. In churches, they're bombing them. In mosques, they're bombing them. Over 40 complete families have been erased from the records. These are families with 3 or 4 or 5 generations. They've been eliminated completely.
That ain't right.
They've been eliminated completely. These are the kids. These are the innocents. And what are we doing? Allahumma ameen. Allahumma ameen. It started in the 30s when the migration started in Palestine. That's when the Jewish people, we would sympathize and empathize what the Jewish people were going through in Europe. And they moved into Palestine and they were welcomed. Palestine became a second home for them. The most welcoming land for Jewish at that time was Palestine. Then their numbers has increased and increased and increased.
and we took them as neighbors. Then all of a sudden the neighbor decided to take over our own land and erase our history and take our homes. And that's the struggle. 75 years is the start of the occupation. Did you know we are the only occupation still exists in the world? Palestinians are the only occupation still, and they're the only occupation in the world. Palestinians are the only people who are surrounded by bricks and walls, are the only ones are deprived of food and water and electricity. That's what it is. That's what message we want everybody to know.
إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. الله أكبر.
We're gonna line up to march now.